everybody, my name is Tanya and welcome to my main TBR. There's no lap here. So as I said in my... Really, cat? There's no lap. Just let me do Miss filming and then we can snuggle. You're going to sit where I want to stack the books? She's trying to find some lap to sit on. Unfortunately, my lap is all full of books. Okay, fine there. How's that? Hi everybody, my name is Tanya and welcome to my main TBR. So first there are some things that I started in April that I didn't quite get finished. So the first of those, of course, is my Booktube Recommends pick of last month, and that was Inda by Sherwood Smith. I got to halfway through this one and I just didn't make it before the end of the month, which I am disappointed about, but it's okay. So definitely a priority to get through this one this month. Especially so then I can move on to the second book in the series, The Fox, as Samantha is hosting her IndaClub Read-Along for this one, so I will leave all the pertinent links for that down in the description. But in May they'll be reading the second book, The Fox, so wanting to catch up and then move on to this one. I'll also be completing the last 6 chapters of The Swan Book by Alexis Wright, which is a book I am buddy reading with Jane from Yes Miss Jane. I got most of the way through this one in the month and just didn't quite get there, so I'll be finishing this one up quite quickly in May. And then my last carryover from April is one of my school books, and that is Romeo and Juliet by William Shakespeare. This is the third and final book that I read in year 10, and I didn't quite get to it in April, so I'm carrying it over to this month, and this is the only school book that I'm going to try and read this month. I'm going to give myself a break to try and catch up on the videos that I'm behind on this one, and to kind of think about how I actually want to do those videos, because I'm not necessarily happy with the content that I've put out so far. Year 11 is where I start getting a lot more books to read for the year as well. So far it's only been a couple of books a year, or as with this last one there were 3. The next year there gets to be quite a few, so just a little breather before I launch into some of that is okay as well. So I will be reading that one. And then for my other staple, my Agatha book for the month is Five Little Pigs. This is one that I've read before a few times and is one of my favourites, and I'm actually going to be buddy reading this with Eleanor from Eleanor Reads Books, which I'm super excited about. This will be her first Agatha Christie, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what she thinks about it, as well as revisiting this one because it's been a few years. And then something else that I really like to get to this month that I'm really excited about, and that is My Brilliant Friend by Baile de Frente. This is a book that I won in a giveaway from Stephanie from Time to Read. This was her favourite book of March, and she did a giveaway for that, and I won, and I'm so excited, and so it's arrived, and so I'd really like to read it sooner rather than later so I can talk to her about it. I don't really know anything much at all about this. I've only heard about it on Stephanie's channel, but the way she talked about the ending made me really intrigued, so I'm definitely really interested to see how I go with this one. And I have to say, this came with one of the most gorgeous of the Book Depository bookmarks that I've seen. I've not come across this one before. I've not seen anybody with this one, but I think it's really beautiful. Then for those of you who watched my recent video about the 30 books you should read before age 30 list that I am currently working on, you'll know that I picked out a book from my TBR jar for that list as the next one that I will complete for that list, and that was The Complete Stories of Flannery O'Connor. I'm not setting myself to read the entirety of this in the next month by any means, but I would like to make a start on it and read a few short stories throughout the month, so I'm popping it in my TBR to remind myself of the fact that I want to do that. Now after this, I've got some things that I'm umming and ahhing whether I'm going to officially include in my TBR. There's some things that I would like to get to if I can, but I don't know whether I will. And that's some of the stuff that I've got in the Book Riot quarterly boxes, the previous ones. As I've mentioned previously, and as I put in one of my goals for this year, I want to get to the stage that I'm receiving a Book Riot quarterly box, I'm reading the stuff that's in it, and then I'm getting a new box, not kind of being several boxes behind. And I've made no progress this year on any of the books that I've gotten in those ones. I've now got 3 boxes worth, and none of them are read. Now the thing that I was hoping would spur me on is next month I'm going to do a buddy read of one of the books in the latest box with Eleanor from Eleanor Reads Books, which I'm super excited about, and I'm happy to break my rule and not have read the previous contents of the boxes to do that buddy read with her. I'm not worried about that at all, but I was hoping that I could use that as motivation to maybe read those books before then, so I didn't break my rule. And now I've only got a month to go before that, and I've still made no progress. So I'll show you the books that I have got for that. I don't know whether I'll get to these, but if I do, that would be fantastic. So the 3 books that I got in the 4th Book Riot Quarterly box were What We See When We Read by Peter Manderson, which is something that I've really been looking forward to picking up, and it just hasn't happened, so I'd really like to at least get to this one in the month of May with any luck. I've also got The Salinger Contract by Adam Langer, and we also got an ebook copy of Maps and Legends by Michael Chabon. I read The Amazing Adventures of Cavalier and Clay last month, as in March, and absolutely adored it, so I'm definitely interested to read more of his work. The theme of this box was kind of books about books, so should be something that's really right up my alley and something that I'm dying to get into. It just hasn't happened yet. I don't know what's wrong with me. And then the books in the 5th Book Riot Quarterly box were Mr. Fox by Helen Oyeyemi, which is something that was on my radar before the box came and something that I was super excited to receive in the box, and again, I haven't read it. And then the second thing that was in that box was Miss Marvel, Warrior Mind No Normal, which of course has been huge on BookTube and was aware of before, and again, super excited to get it, and it won't take any time to read it all. So I'm really looking forward to getting to this stuff. So we'll just see what happens in the month. And whether or not I can get to that, of course, all depends on what comes out of my BookTube Recommends TBR jar. So I haven't quite finished my April pick of Inda, but that's fine. I will be finishing it, and I will definitely be starting a new book this month and hopefully completing a new book this month for this project. So I'm super excited to see what I'm up to next. I missed not drawing out of this last month, so let's see what I come up with and how much of this is actually achievable or not, depending on the size of the book that comes out of here. And that's all okay. Okay. Drop that. I will have this one. And it is it focused for you? It's not focused. It is American Gods by Neil Gaiman, which was the pick that was recommended to me by Jane from Yes Miss Jane, and it is a large one, so we'll just see what happens, but I'm fine with that. And let's see if I can grab it off the shelf and dislodge the cat that's finally found some lap to sit on. And she headbutted the tripod. So here we have American Gods. I have only read Coraline by Neil Gaiman so far, and I've been really looking forward to getting to more of his work. I know this isn't necessarily comparable with Coraline in any respect, but he's an author that I'm definitely intrigued with, and am intrigued with this book, and I've heard really great things, so I'm really looking forward to picking it up. I have the physical book here, but I also own this in audiobook, so I might decide to pick it up in audiobook instead. I'll see how I go. So talking about audiobooks, at the moment I'm listening to Fools of Fortune by William Trevor. That was something that I started at the very end of April. It came out of my audiobook TBR jar, so maybe after I finish that I will start American Gods instead. I'll see what happens. I've only got a few hours of that to go at this point. It's quite a short one. And so that covers everything that I'm hoping to read in the month of May, and I think things have gotten a little bit excessive again because that's how I do things. So these are the books that I'm hoping to complete in the month of May, and I'm hoping to dip in and out of the Complete Stories of Flannery O'Connor, and we'll best not talk about the stuff from the Book Riot Quarterly box because... So as always, if you've read any of these ones, do let me know, and which ones I should prioritise for the month. And if you've got any questions, let me know in the comments. As always, thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!